So from that, you're talking about not just like the theory. Like I think if I can send a kid with a Nashville number system, I'm like rock on. If I take a kid that's never been in any kind of music class and convince them to understand a Nashville number system, like I feel like that's an achievement. But you're actually talking about them reading notation
Um,
along with that, right?
yeah, I think if they have a knowledge of both, and I mean, I'm not talking like being able to sight read a score or anything. That's not what I mean. But mostly just being able to speak the language, to understand the difference between major and minor, to be able to talk a little about variations in meter. Those things are pretty basic concepts that from time to time I encounter students that do not know what I'm talking about. And it's fine. It just takes a little time to really convey that process.
So to tag off of Andy's, um, what would advice or skills would you recommend for students that are interested in trying to get internships in studios or being able to like just get in and learn? Like what should they do? What should they know to kind of make that process happen?
That's another great question. I guess what I would want them to understand is um, that you can't be romantic about it. And once again, this is also with me coming out of firsthand experience. The music industry is cutthroat as it can be. And even if you're an intern, if you've got somebody seeking out an intern, they've got to want it, you know. Um, and what do I mean by that? Sometimes as an intern, you're going to be asked to work ridiculous hours, and you know, everybody's got their line that they don't want to cross. And so I would say that, really convey to them, if you want to do this, definitely truly make sure that you're passionate about music, and make sure you kind of have a decent understanding of why you want to do this. If you want an intern at a recording studio because you may run into rock stars and you may see some beautiful women or something like that, then that's probably not going to do good, for them. And furthermore, it's going to probably make the studio less likely to call on you in the future to find an intern. And so that's a challenge that we have as Tweed Recording as well. We want to make sure that our students know when they leave our school, they're not just representing themselves; they're also representing Tweed. Um, and so my school definitely pounded that into my brain before I left the conservatory. And yeah, I did. I worked some long hours in New York for a while there. So passion, that's the main thing. They've got to be passionate about it. They don't even have to be super knowledgeable, because to be honest, every producer out there, they've got their own quirks. Every studio, they've got their own protocols and processes, and so I walked in from the conservatory from Arizona and then moved to New York and went into the studio, and I just started looking around. I'm like, everybody's tying their microphone cables wrong. What's going on? And so then I decided to start, changing, because I thought, well, I was obviously taught at a university, so I must know what I'm talking about. And I did. I got chewed out by the boss. Why are you messing with my mic cables? I mean, but what it was is you've just got to have a humble learning spirit, that you're there not to show off. You're there to learn. You're there to get into it. And once they see that you're willing to put in the time, you'd be amazed at the doors that a studio could open up for some of your students.
To bounce off that, do you have any tips for them to like reaching out? Is just contacting studios, or especially at the high school level, is that something that it would even be a possibility for them, or is it something that they really have to kind of wait on?
Um, it used to be a lot more common, even 10 years ago. But as recording studios have continued to close and there's less and less available, there's more of a fight for the interns to try to get into these studios. I'm not saying discourage them from even trying, but it's going to be hard for them to get an internship, especially when they're competing with people who have recording degrees coming in there. And a lot of them are going to be interns as well. And so what I would suggest, as an alternative to that, if you wanted to get them inspired and keep them motivated about learning and maybe pursuing this as a career, is you can definitely, use somebody like Tweed Recording. We have workshops for our high school and middle schoolers. They happen on the weekends, and basically when we get up a big enough group, we go in and we go over concepts. And so the concepts can be something like Ableton Live, or basic Pro Tools, or how to record a drum kit, and those are readily available to you guys. And I think Melissa Bateman, who's in charge of admissions, I think she stays in touch with you guys. And so anytime we have workshops like that, definitely pay attention. If you find a student that you feel like would be a good fit for one of these programs, let us know. We'd be happy to take them in and, do our best to inspire them.
And one of the things that I really want everyone here to know is that literally, like, Charlie mentioned Melissa, but the folks at Tweed are coming to us and saying, what can we do for you? What can we do for your students? That's a pretty amazing offer. If there's something that we as, a group of teachers and music tech teachers in Gwinnett, or even in Italy, I know Andy, I think last year, I think you had John and Andrew, or John and Nate, came out and spent they came and visited your class and spent time with your students. So, as a group, as we, continue hopefully to have these kind of monthly meetings, and in between, that if you think about, if this spurs some conversation or some thought to go, hey, we'd really like to know more about this, or, whatever the case may be, like they've been, all the folks at Tweed have been very generous to say, please let us know what we can do to help you, because I'll be following up and sending out communications to say, what do you want next? What do you want more of, or what do you need more of? Yeah, definitely keep that in mind. And thank you for that, Charlie. Please send our thanks along.
Of course. Yeah, we're happy to do it. And just piggybacking off of what Heath just said, so even we have interns that come and work with us at Tweed, and so our interns came from your classrooms. And so what it is they would come to the workshops, and we would see something special in this or that kid, and we pull them in, and so I think it helps everybody. By us helping you guys end up helping us, and hopefully the end goal is that we have a lot of educated, inspired artists that come out of it, and we all get to continue to do what we love. That's what it's all about. And so, Tweed is definitely happy to do it, and we're happy to help. And if anybody needs to reach out, you can reach me directly, or you can go through Heath. I'm going to put in the chat here, or I don't think I can actually do that. I'm going to send it to Heath, and then Heath will send it to you guys. It's easy. C. Chastain at Tweed Recording. And so all the time that email is available to you guys. I've had middle school and high school students write me out of the blue and say, hey, I just finished this mix. Can you give me some thoughts? If I have time, I'll hop and give them some ideas on how they can contribute. And that includes your mixes. If you guys are budding producers and you want to show me your music, I'd be happy to give my insights. Not that I'm the end all opinion or anything, but I'm happy to be here. And I know all the Tweed family, we're happy to help you guys.
If you do have any other questions or follow-up, shoot me an email. Andy is our lead high school music tech person. I'm the lead middle school person. So if Andy or I, either one, can send us your thoughts, because we'll put this together as we're looking forward to the next meeting. And until then, Charlie, I just want to say to you, we really can't tell you how much we appreciate you taking the time to be here with us tonight. And so thank you very much. And we look forward to hopefully doing that again sometime soon.
Sounds great, guys. It was a pleasure talking to all of you. Reach out if you need some help. Great.
Thanks so much. And so with that, again, let us know. But we're going to go ahead and wrap this up, and I'm going to end this meeting. And as we get the video and transcripts put together, I'll make sure that we put that out so everyone knows where to find it. So, and thanks for being here tonight.